I just want to talk for a little bit. Hi, how are you doing? I haven't posted in around, I think, a month, if this video comes out early or later. And I just want to talk about the content changes that hopefully will be happening during the duration of this series. And number one is my speech. If you couldn't somehow tell, I have a speech impediment and I have a lisp. This is because my teeth are fucked. They're built like Timmy Turner's. They're like a snake. It's terrifying, and which is the reason why I can't pronounce some words correctly. And obviously, I have a huge stutter, and I decided to make commentary videos with all those problems. So what I'm doing is talking slower and more calmly, and hopefully that should help. So if you can tell why I sound like a turtle, you can tell why. Also, if you couldn't hear about the massive annoyance that are the smoke detectors, I don't know how to fix them. My family has tried to fix them for like ages now, but these won't stop going off, and it's fucking pissing me off. But like fuck off. I don't know how to fix it. And my dad wants it to like stay there, so I can't remove it all the way. So yeah, you're gonna have to deal with it as much as I'm gonna deal with it while I'm recording. So if you hear, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix it. It's not under my control. Yeah. Third and final thing is the type of editing style, I would say. I want to make my editing style more, let's say, similar to the content that is Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, which, if you didn't know, FM Blue is also Blue, which is the main character of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. It's the character that I based my online persona on, and I want to make it more similar to that because I don't just want to read a script and put it in front of gameplay. I will also do that, obviously, because I'm lazy as hell, but I want to change it a bit so it's more entertaining for you guys. That's basically it. Enjoy the video. Yes, we are back once again. This is gonna be a 3-part series covering my childhood. Panchitomatrix is a YouTuber who puts Spongebob, you know, the cartoon, kid-friendly sponge, into murderers. In this video, I'll be talking about Spongebob and Paranormal Activity series. Part 2, I will be covering the Spongebob Revenge series and the Spongebob Evil series. In the final video, we'll be covering the whole series of 5 Nights at the Krusty Krab. And if this video or series gets big enough, I'll do the whole series that is the Spongebob vs. Zombie series, which I really don't want to do. It's so long. Like, guys, you have no idea how long that shit is. This series should keep me extremely, well, not extremely, but busy enough until my upcoming Juggernauts video. Also, trigger warning, because this whole series really delves into like to rape. And okay, my dog barks. Yeah, but this series involves rape, a lot of rape. I'm not kidding you. So if you don't like that, turn off the video. Actually, don't, just like the video and subscribe. You know, I think you can click off. But that's it. And with all that being said, let's check out together the Spongebob and Paranormal Activity series. Another thing before I start. In the whole series, or the original at least, and even the fan-made ones, Patrick and SpongeBob were very gay, like they're an actual gay couple. Just to think about it. Anyways, they buy a camera because some scary shit's happening in their house. Later that night, the door moves by itself, and they find about it the next day on their camera system. The same night, SpongeBob is jerking off to a wall. Oh, actually, never mind. He was just making food for some reason. But Patrick inhales that shit before SpongeBob can get a bite in. Like, thanks, asshole, you fat fuck. However, to show his gratitude, he wants to show his appreciation to... What is that? What is that? Yeah, I wasn't lying when I said that they were gay. They researched how to kill this thing, and they put flour near their doorframe to see the monster's tracks. But here's the thing, right? The monster clearly goes to their room, but when they wake up, he somehow teleports away because they follow his footprints back to the attic, even though that they should be right in front of their bed frame. Who cares about that though? They go in the attic and coincidentally they find a fluorescent light bulb. And a fluorescent light bulb, if you didn't know, can somehow make the monster, you're able to see the monster if you have it on. So they make a plan that when they come in the room, he turns on the light and they jump him. But the light bulb doesn't exist anymore because the invisible monster drags Patrick out the bed and rapes him. Yeah, instead of murdering or even torturing, the people. Yeah, the monster's whole joke is that he rapes people. And somehow, SpongeBob's dumbass did not hear it even though he was wide awake. Next night comes and the monster comes in their room, and Patrick catches him, and SpongeBob turns on the light to see. Holy shit! That shit is fucking terrifying. And then they both get raped. Not kidding you. 9 out of 10. Next one.
You okay, Patrick?
Finland!
SpongeBob and Paranormal Activity Part 2. The first thing you see that confirms that Patrick and SpongeBob got raped the whole night. They decide to chase the monster, but they're too much of a pussy to follow him into the basement, and Patrick slaps Bob's ass. Also, Patrick calls him Bob in this series, so yeah. Tomorrow, SpongeBob decides to call up Squidward to help him defeat the demon because apparently he's a fucking expert, the Ed Lorraine over here. He goes over to their house and, you know, experiments, and then he sees him get raped on camera. What is with this series and rape? So later when they're all asleep in the same bed and later, Squiddy orders a Ouija board on PedX. Later that night, he talks to him and finds out that the monster's name is Yakon. And if you didn't know, he died by being killed by Goku because he's a Dragon Ball character. So the person that's been raping and abusing Patrick and SpongeBob is a Dragon Ball character. I can't make this up myself. Actually, and then Squidward gets raped all night long. And SpongeBob, he heard it. He was in the other room right beside him and did nothing. He didn't care. He heard it. He was up. He was getting fucking coffee. I'm gonna end this thing off fast. The next day, they decide to kill him by catching him taking a shit and Squidward shanking him in the bathroom. He decapitates him, but he lived. I don't care. 6 out of 10. Next one. Okay, so the final one in the original trilogy is basically the same thing as the other two. So instead of reviewing and recapping all of that, right, I'm gonna go over the highlights real quick. Sandy gets introduced and bombs Yakon. However, we learned that last time Yakon doesn't die like that, so they had to find a new plan. They go to the attic where the monster's lair is revealed, and pictures of diaries where he shouts slurs. They go through his diary and found out nothing actually. They find nothing. They did it all for nothing. And then the monster single-handedly manhandles them through the entire night. It was just morning, like 2 minutes ago, mind you. So basically, he manhandled them the entire day. SpongeBob, how are you not hearing this? Then Squid pulls out a plasma grenade, and apparently bombs don't kill Yakon, but bombs do kill Yakon. They decide to lure him with making a female version of him, and they put the person that has been raped by Yakon to use as bait. Basically, the plan is let Yakon rape it, and then he bombs the Yakon, even though I don't what is the plot? So the plan works somewhat. So Patrick is out there and the monster rapes him again, but the bomb doesn't go off, so he gets fucked for another hour, and then the bomb works after he's done and Patrick gets bombed. So Patrick, let me just show you, Patrick just got brutalized by this demon. He gets bombed in the process. They all leave and they move out the house, and Yakon takes over the house until Goku comes out of nowhere and decides to kill. Okay, I'm done. 3 out of 10. I hate life. So that's the original trilogy done. However, we're not done yet. If you search up SpongeBob and Paranormal Activity, you'll find many, and I mean many, fan-made versions of it. And I know that there is a remake that has voice acting and has 3 more episodes, and Doodlebob that created the monster and he's setting him back to a dimension, and there's a full-on like season of a sequel to the original video. And that's all nice, but I'm not gonna cover that. I might cover it if you guys want me to, but I want to watch the fan-made videos that I've watched personally as a kid, because obviously this video is just me like revisiting what I used to watch. This starts off with Patrick coming back from work and confirms that the Krusty Krab is out of business and that Patrick is somehow making all the income for the house and food. This dialogue is kind of interesting. It sounds like they actually tried. Actually, I used to watch the video as the dialogue is at the most decent. Patrick calls up the guys to hang out and give us more characters in the process. In the meantime though, we see Patrick being an asshole to SpongeBob and SpongeBob fixing the camera system and watching Patrick take a shit on my toilet. I like these videos because, you know, they're nostalgic, but the jokes in this are truly terrifying. That night, camera footage shows Jeff walking around the house and mysterious figures are appearing. The next morning, Jeff is missing and no one is gonna do anything about it for some reason, even though all of them are friends. That night, Patrick is convinced that there are demons in the house because his ass is being slapped. They hear noises and go down to the basement, where Patrick seems to find nothing, so Spongebob wants to take the camera from the bathroom and put it in the basement. Here's another interesting thing. Instead of them being full-on gay couple stuff, Spongebob is gay for Patrick, and Patrick is suspicious of Spongebob having feelings for him because he's straight. This concept will be played later in the other thing. They go to bed and we watch more camera footage. That shit gave me nightmares for weeks when I saw this for the first time. Well, I tell you what, I do not care. That was terrifying. 9 out of 10, let's watch a good one. The last one I'll be discussing is the remake of the one we just discussed. However, because I'm lazy and I want you to watch the video, we're gonna do a cut comparison like Dead Meat if you watch them, between the two cuts because there's not a lot of change that happens. However, I do recommend watching the video as it's very funny unironically and ironically. With that out of the way, let's get to the cuts. This is so fucking corny. First change was in the beginning, where in the original, SpongeBob was buying cameras despite not having a job. In the remake, we discover that he used Patrick's credit card to buy the cameras, because, obviously. Later in the breakfast scene, instead of SpongeBob narrating everything that Patrick does, he tells Patrick everything he does, but only because he has diabetes, which got a really good laugh out of me. Another change that you can see is I think that Jeff is possessed, which makes more reason why he's left. And when Jeff disappears, in the original, Mike leaves without his friend for some reason. But in this one, he stays the night because, you know, Jeff is still missing. And there's a thing about a taxi cab not picking him up in time. It's weird. Also, one thing that this remake and the original of this remake, if you get what I mean, is more of a parody of the original Paranormal Activity movie instead of the original video, which means no yakon and no rape. Thank God. When Patrick goes in the basement and finds nothing, instead of SpongeBob having the idea that they should replace the camera in the bathroom into the basement, Patrick has the idea, but SpongeBob doesn't want to do it because he knows he's gay. He denies he's gay though, and decides to show off his body count. After that, instead of cutting to the ghosts revealing themselves and killing everyone, there's a whole new scene between Mike and Patrick, where they talk about the legit question if SpongeBob is gay for Patrick. It's a good scene where Mike is offered to live here and kick out SpongeBob because he doesn't pay rent, and the fact that he's gay. And the finale happens. That's the end of part 1. I know there's a sequel and a fan-made continuation of the original trilogy, but I'm not gonna cover it because those were not the ones I watched as a kid. Maybe I'll cover them, but for now, this video is done. No more rape, no more slurs, no more yakon. We're done. Finally. I can rest in peace, finally. Part 2 will come out. I actually don't know, but it won't be a month, I promise. Please subscribe. Please, I beg it. I beg it. I can't fucking speak. But please, I'm trying to hit 400 subscribers. Yeah, that's it. See you later.